Start early. Are now about to witness the awesome, crushing might of the Eugene S. Robinson Show. Welcome, my friends, to a show that seemingly never ends. It's a Thursday, the funny, sick, of the Eugene S. Show Stomper. I'm your host, Eugene S. Robinson. Let's listen to Bob Riley sing us through, as he has every single week. Just 2007. The band is called Stigmata. The record's called The Calling of the Just. Song is called Things Are All of Nothing. And it's still available on Revelation Records in Huntington Beach, California, where they shoot you to death in a nightclub so they can call with a hammer. And they run your mayor pro tem out of town on a rail shoulder for some standing restaurant in Central Florida that will never be found. Yeah, what did we say? It's June 15th, aka Father's Day. I'm the starter. I'm the architect. Father's Day greetings. Well wishing. What most significantly is I'm on my way back to nowhere. I took my time, but I could not see so clear. But I'm taking a real good look at you. I'm taking a real good look at your face. I'm on my way back to there, boy. So being payback is for always nothing. All right, my friends. Look at that, huh? It says, hey, you know what? It's these holidays, both this one and Mother's Day, are weird kind of referendums. You know, in Silicon Valley, they start to do this thing called 360-degree reviews, which I like, that like injected a little terror into the whole management structure of things, because what a 360-degree allowed you to do is critique your manager, right? Which makes sense, because if you're like, I had a teacher named Phil Fisher once, and he would take off 10 points if you forgot, like if your name went longer, if you wrote your name at the top of your paper and it went longer than the line allotted for it, 10 points off the bat. Then boy, this is Phil, and at some point in a corporate setting, a guy like Phil Fisher, he's got five direct reports who are like, man, I got lousy reviews from this guy. 360-degree allows the people above to see, like, yeah, he's got lousy employees, but according to them, he's lousy. Maybe that's why he has lousy employees. Maybe the problem is Phil Fisher. Phil Fisher, of course, is dead at this point in time. For those who have a deep, deep institutional memory, Phil Fisher is a guy who wrote on the blackboard, and I talked about this on Bad Boss Brief this week, which you'll be able to hear Wednesday of next week. 2 + 2 equals, right, here, kid, 2 + 2, how many fingers am I holding up?
1, 2, 3, 4. 4.
Right. So somebody, the goody two-shoes in the class, raises her hand and she goes, 4. And he slams his fist out like this, starts throwing his chair across the room. He goes, listen, I'm going to ask you again. What's 2 + 2? Oh, voice dripping with menace. She was like, 4? And he repeats this thing, and he throws his stuff, he's stomping and snorting around the room, clutching his brow. And he goes, I'm going to ask you one last time. What's 2 + 2? And she, yeah, even kids know. She goes, 5? And he goes, ah! And then she starts sobbing.
Now he's afraid. He goes over and go, okay, it's okay, my dear. It's okay. Goodbye. And he gives her a tissue or something. And he goes on and teaches the class. No explanation as to what that was about, what had happened. And I think I was the only person in the class who was smiling because I understood that to be the most perfect act of sadism I had ever seen, at least in a classroom. But, I went to Stuyvesant High School, so it was full of smart kids. That wasn't the danger for a guy like him. The danger was in that you had a smart kid whose parents were connected to a judgeship or a lawyership or some kind of political thing. So, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. Today is Father's Day, and we're gonna do a show, a kind of a complicated show. Thank you, kid. Hey, go bring the Father's Day card that you made me. It's on the bed right over there. I want to show you what I woke up to this morning before we get into the show. It was great. And at this point, like I said, it's a rough holiday because it's like 360-degree review. Everybody gets to, you don't hear from one of your kids on Father's Day. You go, okay, I guess I blew it. So here we go. This is from Cora. And I got to put it in front of my face so it focuses on. No, where is it? There we go. There's the focus. This is, and then the translation below was Mom's written. This is a love string, holds us together. And then there was an editorial dispute about whether it should be forever or not. But there you go. And then the other side. And this lettering was done by Cora herself. And our spirit animals are here. Because you can see me there, the bear. And then she is the fox. And then Mom is the bobcat. So there you go. So, and what is the green stuff again? Tell people what the green stuff is.
Small things right here are the roots.
The roots?
Yeah, and then the other big lines is a track of worms.
Track of worms, roots and worms. So that is great. So she was kid number one I heard from, but she had the edge. We're in the same house. And then I heard from daughter number two, then daughter number three, then daughter number one. So it's been a great day. It's been a great day so far. We went out to get hot dogs. They said, what do you want for Father's Day? I don't want anything. I don't want anything you want to eat, anything you say. I go, yeah, hot dogs. But we went to the hot dog place and it was jam-packed. Line like Studio 54 down around the block. And so we went to some place where I just got my staple, this greasy spoon I like to eat that hipsters haven't destroyed yet. So we got it. And there was a little bit of a wait there, but we got our stuff and worked out quite well. Got home, set down at the Substack, which of course is a jumping point for the show. And then started the show. And hey, go get that clock. We're gonna put that clock up. And he's very patient. Everybody, Mom is people are going, oh, we're gonna miss you so much. I'm not a nostalgic type. Moreover, if I like you, if we actually cross the special place into like I like you, you like me, we're friends. This me switching locale is no death sentence, right? We're citizens of the universe. We get to where we need to go to. But there was some. I didn't have a picnic outside by a tree stuff, but that's going to come up in a second because the people who bought the house, they had a desire to meet us, and so they came by yesterday. And at first I was kind of churlish about it. I was like, "Do you realize it's a courtesy?" No, all the way here. Do you realize it's a courtesy? Okay, so you don't know. Oh, go ahead. If you know, you do it, because I haven't finished. That's wrong. 51 minutes. Do you know what 51 looks like? That's 51. All right. So I'm a little bit churlish, right? Because they've been asking for little things. Like they want to know how big the shed is. I go, it's a 16 by 8 foot shed. They go, what does it look like? Anything that's 16 by 8, that's what it looks like. What could we see inside it? No, because it's jam packed with my junk. So, you get a little churlish, but, it's a game of telephone because it comes through a realtor that goes through our realtor that comes through us. And so, it gets lost in the translation. These are very nice people, but they just had a few questions. And so then if the lender's like, before we're going to flow out this money, we need you to climb up on the roof and take pictures of the solar. You realize I just had surgery. So your suggestion, your bank is that I climb up on the roof of this house, take pictures of the solar panel to convince you that I haven't faked solar. When in actual fact, in this day and age, I could fake any kind of installation. And you want me to say, this is like, hey, you know what? You want that money? What's that thing, that Noel Coward thing? You want that? They crawl across here for it. I said, hey, why don't you get somebody with a drone or hire somebody off of Craigslist to climb on that roof and take your photo? I will not be doing it. So they can't. So the real estate people say, okay, I will do it. You have a ladder? I go, yeah, here's a ladder. Well, you can't really see it. No, because they put it in such a way that it's not an eyesore, but it's on the roof, as demonstrated by all the hardware on the side. If you think we're faking it, and it's not, and everything is AI is so good. I could completely fake it without even just going on the roof. It just seemed like a weird ritual humiliation. Like when the Nazis were like, the Jews haven't take a drink, haven't done enough work here. We want them to clean the town. It's one thing to clean the town. It's another thing to have them clean the town with their toothbrushes. That's the point at which, if you hadn't received notice that you need to get out of Germany, you should have gotten out of Germany. It is the extra added dollop of ridiculousness. You need me to climb on the roof to take a picture. You need me to climb up on the roof to take a picture of the solar there, because somehow the contract with the solar company is not enough. The signing over the payments from the country is not enough, because if you think I'm stupid enough to pay for something that doesn't exist on the roof, let's talk about the gallium arsenide that's in those solar panels. And if there's an earthquake and it crashes into the ground, and suddenly this house is a super fun cleanup site. Let's talk about that. Let's talk about the fact that they need to be cleaned. Let's talk about the fact that they have to be replaced. Let's talk about the fact that PG&E charges me a $1,500 true up at the end of the year, which kind of completely undercuts whatever savings. Solar's a scam. Anyway, sorry to get nuts. But the people came over, and there was a huge traffic accident yesterday on No King's Day. It had nothing to do with that, and I thought it was noteworthy that there were like 2 or 3 Teslas, 4 Teslas smashed on the side of the road. Got here like with 1 minute to spare, and showed them very nice people. Irish guy, Vietnamese girlfriend, completely accidental. They just have to be driving by and they go, oh, look, that looks kind of a cool place. Let's go wander. They fell in love with it immediately, much like I did. A lot of special features on it. I've showed you guys the backyard for a bit. So they were completely charming and wonderful. And then, of course, during the course of the hour that they were here, the real estate lady is like, oh, don't tell me anything bad about the house. There's nothing bad to tell about the house. So, but you get loose and you start talking. But I'm used to talking, so I didn't get super loose. Like say, I murdered somebody here, whatever, kind of crazy. No, we kept it straight. And the guy's from Dublin, and he knew the clubs that we had played in Dublin, Ireland, and I even whipped out a little bit of my what is that language they speak? That ticky-tacky language they speak over there, not Welsh, Gaelic. And, and so they just decided, and they have no kids, 2 of them, they're artists. He runs his own company. And so they come and have a great day. And he tells me this wonderful story. So he tells me this story. And he says, I'm driving down the freeway on my motorcycle, and I was obsessed with the movie Bullet. Steve McQueen, and I look, and there is a Bullet, the car from Bullet, literally driving right next to me with an old lady driving and a little teeny tiny sign in it for sale. And so he waves her down, and she actually pulls over, and he goes, I saw your car. I saw your sign. I want to buy it. She goes, great. Here's the address. Come over and pick it up later. Guy shows up, picks it up, super reasonable price. She is a sole owner. She's getting old, losing her license. Your kids don't want the car. She wants to give it to somebody who could really appreciate it. He was a guy. He pays for it. She goes in the house to get the extra set of keys. And as she hands him the keys, she's sobbing about.
Let's do it.
Tuesday, If the Shoes Fit is back to its normal scheduled time. Wednesday, the new Bad Boss Brief, it will be happening. This week, I'll be showing up at the early morning jiu-jitsu class as an element of surprise when you least expect it, just to say my goodbye to morning classes. Saturday, I'm on a jet plane. I will try to write the Substack on the plane and go live with it Sunday as I fly to Nashville, Tennessee. That's it for Cal. I'm trying to close. What I'm trying to do is get say, hey, here we go. Can we conclude this before I go? And because I don't want there to be something I have to come back for or something that will delay the money. See, I buried the lead. What I want is the money. I need the money. I didn't say I'm going on Friday. I didn't say when I was going in this week, but I've been getting up early anyway. So it's one of the days I get up early. I'm like, yeah, I'm just gonna run over there, jump in and say, I'm great, you all suck. And then I was gonna come to nighttime class too, one nighttime class, but I really realized I knew nobody there. One of the kids there today said, no, you gotta come to the 12 o'clock class. So I'll do that. Father's Day with you? Yeah. Book TM's at the book show in Ann Arbor. Good. If you're there, bring some people. So yes, and then Sunday, let's see, fly on Saturday, Sunday. So I think I'll do Sunday from the hotel in Berlin. I might be jet lagged all get out, but I fly that Monday back to the States. So if I'm not blown up by Iranians or Russians or Palestinians, that'll be the case. So until then, next Sunday, you know what I have to say? Look what you made me do! No time, nothing, please, no time.
Thanks for joining us this week for yet another episode of the Stomper podcast, featuring your host, Eugene S. Robinson. Follow Eugene's weekly newsletter, which is a soaring hit, over at eugenesrobinson.substack.com. If you're still hanging on to Twitter, he's there at Eugene S. Robinson. While you're at it, you can follow him on Insta at Mr. Sleep 3. That's the number 3. For more episodes of the show that seemingly never ends, go to showstopperpodcast.substack.com. Eventually, it will house all the Knuckle Up archives we can locate. We already have all the jiu-jitsu breakdowns for free. Check out Eugene on the Bad Boss Brief podcast, as well as the If the Shoes Fit podcast. Pick up his memoir, A Walk Across Dirty Water and Straight into Murderer's Row, today, and be sure to leave him a much appreciated, honest Amazon review. Hey, are you still there? I'm here too. This is me, June M. Williams, Eugene's producer. The Show Stomper has been produced since 2015 by Original Designs, owned and operated by myself, June M. Williams. I provide Eugene with things like videography, original show graphics, motion graphics, show logos, podcast syndication, social media, and more. I can be reached at orijunels@gmail.com, which is spelled ORIJUNELS@gmail.com.